Let's take a look at how Germany could be buying the F-35 Lightning. Like the rest of the world, Russia's invasion of Ukraine has shocked the German people and dramatically shifted their worldview. It is difficult to tell if this trend will last, but currently it seems that Germany is committed to increasing their defense spending and possibly purchasing the F-35 to replace its aging Tornado fleet. Today, we will take a closer look at the proposed changes in German defense spending, the potential roles its fighters could fulfill, including the F-35 if acquired by the Luftwaffe, and what this could mean for NATO moving forward. For Germany, acquiring a new platform like the F-35 is directly tied to an increase in defense spending. NATO also provides guidelines or recommendations as to how much each partner nation in the alliance should devote to their defensive budgets. As such, in order to maintain readiness levels, member nations of NATO are asked to allocate 2% of their budget to defense spending. Historically, Germany has fallen short of this target, most recently earmarking about 1.4%, a figure that lags behind other NATO members such as France, the UK, and Poland. To put that number in context, the amount allocated this year for Germany's armed forces, or Bundeswehr, is around 50 billion euros. However, in the days following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has essentially proposed a complete 180 when it comes to Germany's defense spending. In a recent speech, he mentions that better equipment and modern devices cost significant amounts of money and therefore is proposing an additional 100 billion euros to be allocated for defense spending. Additionally, moving forward, Germany wants to commit to spending more than the NATO recommended 2% requirement on defense. Germany states that this envisioned shift in defense spending is not only to assist allies but also for its own security. It is important to emphasize that this is currently a proposal, but if passed could have significant ramifications for Germany, NATO, and the US. Along with ensuring adequate equipment and strength levels for the Bundeswehr, part of the additional proposed 100 billion euros would go towards procuring an aircraft to replace the venerable but aging Tornado. A suggested candidate would be the F-35, which has endured an on-again, off-again consideration by the German government over the years. So why is the F-35 once again being considered? Germany, after all, is a partner nation and operator of the Eurofighter Typhoon, as well as a partner in the Future Combat Air System, or FCAS, a 6th-generation fighter that is currently under development. More on that later. Essentially, you could say the case for the F-35 comes down to two factors. Number 1, nuclear delivery as a deterrent, and number 2, availability. Let's take a deeper dive into each of those. Factor 1, nuclear delivery as a deterrent. The Eurofighter Typhoon is not certified by NATO to carry the B-61 thermonuclear gravity bomb, and while no one wants to see these used, they do serve a major role as a deterrent, especially in today's evolving situation in Europe. To this end, Germany envisions the F-35 being used by the Luftwaffe as a strike fighter, with the B-61 as an available payload option. Before we get to Factor 2, today's video is brought to you by Magic Spoon. Along with cereals, Magic Spoon now has cereal bars. The cereals have up to 13 grams of protein per complete serving and only 4 grams of net carbs per serving, making them keto-friendly. The cereals are available in many delicious flavors, including Frosty, Cinnamon, Honey Graham, and Oatmeal Cookie. Meanwhile, the cereal bars provide you with a delicious, crunchy snack that you can enjoy on the go. Every bar has 10 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and only 4 grams of net carbs, and available flavors include cookies and cream and cocoa plus peanut butter. Magic Spoon products have 0 grams of sugar and are gluten-free, grain-free, and made with only natural flavors, no artificial colors or sweeteners. All this helps you avoid the danger zone and win the battle of the bulge. So if you're reading me 5x5 and want to help support this channel while enjoying delicious cereals or cereal bars, then grab a variety pack and try them today. Be sure to use promo code TOG at checkout to get $5 off any order. I'll leave a link in the description below. Now, back to the Lightning. Factor 2, availability. While the Eurofighter Typhoon is an excellent aircraft, it is still a 4th-generation fighter and is starting to show its age. The F-35 is the only in-production 5th-generation fighter available today to the West. Furthermore, due to its increasing adoption by other European countries and expanding production rate, the unit cost of the F-35 has dropped significantly. In fact, the F-35 is less expensive per copy as compared to either the Eurofighter Typhoon or Dassault Rafale. Given the unfolding events in Ukraine, Germany likely sees the immediate need for the world's most advanced fighter, which is in active production today. Getting back to the Eurofighter Typhoon, there are talks of creating an electronic warfare variant of the Typhoon, which could extend the platform's service life as an electronic jamming aircraft, similar to what has been done with a dedicated E-War version of the Super Hornet, the EA-18G Growler. I made a video all about the Growler. Check that video after this one, link in the description below. If Germany does move forward with the F-35, the most likely variant chosen will be the A model, which is the least expensive of the 3 Lightning variants and has proven to be the most popular export option. Today there are currently 3 variants of the F-35. The A model, which is used by the US Air Force and most export nations, and includes the internal 25mm gun. The B version is a short takeoff and vertical landing or STOVL variant, and the C variant is the cattle bar or navalized carrier-based variant. Lockheed Martin's F-35 has been called the most lethal, survivable, and connected fighter in the world. The Lightning accomplishes this by incorporating stealth with advanced sensors to produce a sensor fusion platform that integrates seamlessly in the modern battle space. Today, the F-35 is tasked with performing a variety of missions including strike, air superiority, surveillance, reconnaissance, and electronic warfare. The F-35 has 4 internal stations and 2 weapons bays which are used to maintain its stealth profile, and 6 external hardpoints, 3 under each wing, that can be used for non-stealth missions. The internal stations can carry up to 5,700 pounds, while the external stations can hold up to 15,000 pounds. Total weapons payload capacity is 18,000 pounds. The F-35 also makes use of a distributed aperture system or DAS, which consists of 6 infrared cameras mounted around the aircraft that send HD real-time imagery directly to the pilot's helmet. This allows the pilot to fully see the environment around them in day or night conditions with no loss of clarity or quality. Among other features, DAS provides detection and tracking of missiles, fire control, tracking of friendly aircraft to enhance tactical maneuvering, and navigation assistance for both day and night modes. Furthermore, DAS integrates with other aircraft sensors, meaning that if the radar detects objects of interest, the DAS algorithms analyze them and recommends in which order to deal with the threats, essentially providing data fusion. Were Germany to procure the F-35, it would essentially make the Lightning the Western European standard for fighter aircraft, as the UK, Belgium, Denmark, Finland, Italy, the Netherlands, Norway, Poland, and Switzerland are currently operating or have F-35s on order. The F-35 had many well-documented growing pains and cost overruns early in its development, but has worked out many of its initial issues, and to date there have been over 770 aircraft delivered with almost 500,000 flight hours on record. In fact, the Lightning is on pace to deliver an 80% mission-capable rate along with a $25,000 cost per flight hour by 2025, providing 5th-generation performance at 4th-generation cost. Along with its existing roles, in the near future, it is also possible that the F-35 could perform as an advanced, forward-deployed drone controller, allowing it to project air power with expendable drones, which could detect and set off hostile defensive systems or perform suppression of enemy air defenses. Regarding the potential numbers that Germany could order, details are still developing, but it looks as if the target quantity could be 40 examples of the Lightning. In this scenario, Germany would use its existing Typhoons in the air superiority role. The electronic warfare version of the Typhoon is an armed support aircraft, and the F-35 is a strike fighter, which could also perform air-to-air missions as needed. This would give the Bundeswehr a modernized air force capable of handling or hopefully deterring any potential moves by the Russian Air Force. Along with making the F-35 the standard fighter in Western Europe, were Germany to proceed with the Lightning, it would likely also help the progress of another aircraft, the LMXT, Lockheed Martin's next-generation air refueling tanker and proposed replacement for the KC-135. The LMXT is a partnership between Lockheed Martin and Airbus, as the airframe is based on the Airbus A330. The LMXT is planned to be produced in the United States. Germany procuring the F-35 would go a long way to strengthen ties with Lockheed Martin, Germany, and Airbus, and the deal would likely include industrial sourcing and maintenance based out of Germany for the Luftwaffe's Lightnings. The Lightning could also serve Germany as an interim fighter until the 6th generation FCAS platform becomes available in significant numbers. The FCAS program itself is well underway with partnerships between Germany, France, and Spain. And while the FCAS design looks promising, the aircraft is not expected to be available until sometime in the 2040s. And if previous aviation development is any indicator, the projected timelines will likely slide, which again makes a strong case for the adoption of the F-35 for Germany today. As the saying goes, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Russia's invasion of Ukraine has put all nations on high alert, and increased spending on defense has once again become more relevant in today's world. While we all hope for a peaceful resolution to the current situation, the reality is that we may be entering into a new version of the Cold War. Details are developing daily. What do you think? Should Germany purchase the F-35? How long until the FCAS is deployed in large numbers? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click on the subscribe button and then click the bell so you'll be notified as the next video releases. Stay safe and see you next time.